in Budapest, no one is interested what their neighbor is like or what the person is doing. People here can just hide themselves, and for example, if someone lives in a village where there are 200 people and someone lives openly, then everyone knows around. If anyone follows the history of the LGBT movement, it's the way I put it usually is it's the so-called LGBT movement. Until very recently, it was the movement of the gays and later the gays and the lesbians, and these two letters are mostly the visible and mostly the talked about letters in the LGBT acronym. And nowadays it's like getting longer and longer how we put the letters together, and now we have like LGBTQIA whatever. It's like a soup where we put everything together. That's my belief. In Hungary, the legal situation is relatively good, almost in every field. If you look at rights, we have hate crime legislation, where again sexual orientation and gender identity are protected grounds. We don't have marriage for same-sex couples, but we have registered partnership for them, which is kind of similar. It's not granting all the rights, but rather similar to a marriage. So it kind of looks good on paper. When it comes to trans legislation, for example, how legal gender recognition is legislated, that's far behind.
Two years ago, there was a plan in the parliament that civic partnership maybe should be erased. Finally, they didn't do that, but that is a plan. So we want to keep the things we have.
For example, in Hungary, there was an equal treatment authority established, which is investigating cases and putting punishments on those who are discriminating, on any grounds in the country. And the first trans case where someone was punished was like 2 years ago. So we've came a long way, and our communities, I think, will be empowered one day, but it's going to be really difficult.
Yeah, so and in the last years, Viktor Orbán and other governmental parties said things like, yeah, there are basically good gays and bad gays, and the good gays are the ones who are quiet and don't want more than they already have. And the bad guys, they're the provocative ones and the loud ones and the activists, When you see the sad research, then people in Hungary mostly thinks that, okay, we have to be supporting and acceptance and tolerance and supporting gay rights is an important thing, but not my child, not my relatives, not my friends. Because that would be hard for me. I think the LGBTQ people in Hungary, they feel this, and I think it's more a personal thing. So they don't want to lose their the love and love of them of their friends and family.
kind of difficult to be LGBT in Hungary because discrimination is so widespread. Even though we have legislation that is protecting everyone, and there are even legal remedies which anyone could use, people just don't want to report things. And when I work with the trans community, and I know that people believe that it's part of their everyday life, that it happens, and when we try to convince them to report things, they say that, oh, they will do nothing, they don't care, and even sometimes they justify the acts. Kind of internalized homophobia and internalized transphobia exists in our communities.
So when people say see gay boys in the street, they get more angry. When lesbian girls, they see lesbian girls, they get okay. So okay, you're really pretty, and you can do this for me, and can you kiss each other for me, and you know, things like that. So it's not really an aggressive, but a sexually harassing way.
To live in a society where diversity is valuable and everyone can be just themselves without being judged by others. And when it comes to trans issues, I would like to see people who are free to live in their preferred gender identity, and I would like to see everyone, and not just trans people, to express their gender the way they want to express it.
So my wish for the future, that LGBTQ people in Hungary can live in freedom and safety, because right now, as an LGBTQ person here, you can have either freedom or safety, but not both. So if you choose to live free and be out and loud, then you're not necessarily be in safe. #IamCivil, and with that they say that when the government attacks the civil organizations, then they really attacking the Hungarian people.
Been LGBT Hungarian people, and our culture is kind of in the Hungarian culture because we are Hungarians, and our culture is not that much different. We are different based on our sexual orientation or gender identity, but otherwise we are just as diverse as the Hungarian population. So I don't really see any difference.